The Harvard MBA growth-oriented essay is curiosity can be seen in many ways. Please share an example of how you have demonstrated curiosity and how that has influenced your growth. Number two, curiosity and cultural change. In corporate culture where productivity is king, introducing processes, frameworks, and systems that encourage greater autonomy can be a challenge. Capturing the challenge and finding a system or framework that's a negotiable middle ground to balance productivity with autonomy are some of the believable narratives I have read. One example was about a new framework. I remember an operations manager who had systems in place for optimizing the productivity of each factory worker. Despite documenting and optimizing for each movement, the improvement in productivity was marginal. To understand the gaps, he introduced a digital forum where everyone from the worker on the floor to the middle manager can offer feedback without any repercussions. Because of the variation in education across the teams, written communication was a challenge for factory workers. He introduced an audio messaging option that brought in feedback from floor workers. Some of the feedback was crucial in recognizing gaps in his own understanding of the factors that limit productivity at a worker level. His curiosity to unearth the productivity gap by introducing a new communication framework was crucial for changing the organization from a rigid hierarchical to an open culture. The second example I've read was around new learning systems. An applicant who was a manager shared how his curiosity to find the reasons for a string of deal failures led to the creation of a library of case studies for his business development team. By encouraging the team to author cases, by engaging with top business development persons, every deal details, including strategies, templates, context around the offering, and reasons for wins and losses were documented. Instead of a generic how not to write a proposal, the losing and winning cases offered a much larger perspective on factors that matter in a deal. A discussion forum around the cases also became active, leading to internalizing best practices in proposal creation and communicating with clients. Another example I've read was around a new process. Even in flat organizations, there are processes on how a deal is closed, how to send a proposal, how to communicate with clients, and so on. Any examples that curiously questions accepted norms that have become irrelevant in new way of doing business are excellent examples of an applicant's curiosity influencing an organization's processes. For an office where work from home had become a unique selling proposition for retaining star performers, entry-level employees were finding it challenging to fill the skill gap that the star performers had mastered. Instead of interrupting the star performers who had systems in place to maximize their productivity, the applicant, a team lead, developed a screen sharing option with the trainees to demonstrate how the star performer researched and built a case for a deal. By keeping the privacy of the screen sharing to two viewers with an option to ask questions at the end of the research task, trainees learned the critical part of due diligence while star performers could share their strategies with minimum interruption to their work. The new process was an innovation in training for the startup. You may download essay examples for business-minded essay, leadership-focused essay, and growth-oriented essay with FNG Maths Harvard MBA essay guide from store.fngmat.com/Harvard-MBA-essay-guide. If you need my help in editing, subscribe to FNG Maths essay editing service at store.fngmat.com/essay-editing. If you have any questions about FNG Maths consulting and editing services, reach out to me, Atul Jose, at editor@fngmat.com.